Hello, and welcome to video number 3. In this video, I'm going to discuss what our focus as Rh-negs should be, but first, a really quick review. In video number 1, we learned that in 1963, a scientist named Levine told us that there is a difference between rabbit and human anti-Rh, that red cells from newborn babies, whether Rh positive or Rh negative, were all positive with the rabbit anti-Rh, but that the term Rh or rhesus was kept because it was already a commonly used term. What Levine says is not to link Rh positives to the rhesus monkey. And although I still have questions concerning this, it's time to walk away from it. Because as I also said in video number 1, even if this is 100% correct, it changes nothing as far as Rh-neg is concerned. For us to focus on who has so-called monkey blood was a mistake that was made before my time, one that some of us accepted and that others made an identity out of. The Rh-negative network is not interested in the blood of others. Our interest is in our own blood, in Rh-negative blood, in understanding it and its ramifications, in helping other negs understand, and we feel that for now, to focus on anything other than our own origin and sustention is a mistake we can no longer afford to continue to make. The Rh-negative network believes that our focus should be on ourselves and uncovering a history and practice that has been lost to us. As Rh-negs, we don't seem to know what to do with ourselves. We run the full spectrum in our hopes and belief. Some believe that we are the remaining bloodline of the Christian God. Others believe that we are the seed of Satan. Some that half of us are of this God and the other half are evil. We're also linked to aliens, the Nephilim, a strain of vampire. I would say everything but Bigfoot, but it's also become popular to now link us to Neanderthals. And some of you just think we're plain delusional. As a result, most of us don't know what to think. So we turn away from this confusion and back to popular society, because at least that is a constant, albeit uncomfortable constant for most of us. And just one side note here, I'm aware that there is a Bigfoot Neanderthal debate, questioning is one the other. I don't want to get into that. That was not my point. And I'm acknowledging it here to save any of you who are inclined to post about it the effort. And back to the issue. What do we do about our fracturization? How do we remedy it? There are no Rh-negative learning centers. We don't have a library of our own verified knowledge or facts, nor do we have our own scientists to verify any of the disjointed information we're constantly fed. So what do we do? Well, we start small. One thing we can do to help ourselves is to hold each other responsible for the information that is spread around as fact. It does not advance Rh-neg one bit to tell stories, no matter how popular, that have no proof, or those that play fast and loose with the facts to arrive at a predestined conclusion. If we continue to do this, in the end, it will only cause us to look like fools, both to other negs and to the general public. We should make every effort to attempt to verify something before we spread it around as a fact. Ask where the information came from. If they don't know or won't tell you, or if it's from a source that is known to have a strong yet unproven bias in one direction or another, then we have to be willing to treat it as no more than it is. Another thing that would be helpful would be if we could remove ego from our quest. This is supposed to be about a bloodline, its effects, its origin, its properties, and how it connects us to each other and possibly to history. Those things should be at our core. They should be our focus. Rh-negs account for about 15% of the population, but only in a few countries. It's about 10% of the world population, and currently we're fractured into even smaller percentages for one reason or another. And in doing so, we are unable to help ourselves. We're too small, too unorganized, and since it is not in the mainstream's interest to provide us with answers, if we do not find a way to come together and do these things for ourselves, we're sure to perish as fragments of what we were to be. And several years from now, if the mainstream even speaks of us at all, it'll be to comment on all of those silly Rh-neg groups that sprang up for a few years and then faded away. Finally, if we're actually looking for answers and not simply looking to confirm that which makes us comfortable, then we have to be prepared for what we find, even if what we find is not what we hoped. Our time, it seems, is now. We have to find a way to come together to be what we are. If we don't, we're sure to perish as fragments of what we were to be. Until next time, and as always, all the best.